Hi, I'm Alex. I'm here to talk to you about OutCasting. OutCasting is public radio's LGBTQ youth program. It's a program created every month by LGBTQ and allied youth like me. We're gay, we're lesbian, we're bi, we're trans, we're straight allies, we're whatever. And our ideas and our thoughts and perspectives and experiences are not being represented in the mainstream media, except in OutCasting. We bring an LGBTQ and ally look to issues that face our community. Our mission is to give a national voice to LGBTQ youth, train a new generation of media activists, and contribute to our national discussion of LGBTQ issues. OutCasting is currently heard on more than 50 public radio stations around the country. It's also available on demand and by podcast on our website, outcastingmedia.org, and on iTunes. We also produce a second monthly series of shorter programs called Outcasting Overtime, or OT. On OT, we talk about all sorts of issues that are important to us. We do all of this despite the fact that we are a very small organization with minimal funding. We hope you'll help change that so we can continue our expansion. On Outcasting, we cover issues in depth with guests who are often among the most authoritative people in their fields. Sometimes, we tell our own personal stories. Dante, who is asexual, told his story and followed it up with an interview with an expert on asexuality at a university in Canada. We often do this, combining a personal story with the knowledge from an expert. Every episode starts with an idea. We thoroughly research it and find people from all over the country who are reputable and knowledgeable about the topic. When we find the experts, we reach out to them for an interview. Once we have them booked, we prepare for the interview and, when we're ready, we record it, either in our studio or over the phone or computer. After the interview, the raw audio is transcribed into text. Then we edit it for relevance, meaning, and content. When all that is done, we go back to the audio, piecing together and smoothing over the interview. We write, record, and edit the tracks for the beginning, middle, and end of the episode. The final step is to assemble everything together and make it come out to exactly 29 minutes. When it's done, we post the episode to our website, outcastingmedia.org, and upload it to the Pacifica Radio Network and the Public Radio Exchange for release to public radio stations. As we do all this, we're learning a lot about making professional calls and emails, interviewing, and writing and speaking for broadcast. We learn digital editing and production, and promotion, and we learn a lot about the issues we cover and about the place LGBTQ people have occupied in the world and the struggles they have been through. So we discover new contexts for our lives. Perhaps the most meaningful part of outcasting for us is connecting to a larger LGBTQ community as well as to each other. I've made many friends at OutCasting who are also LGBTQ. OutCasting is a safe space where we can freely express ourselves and discuss what it means to be LGBTQ. It's unique to be able to talk about how being LGBTQ affects us in daily life with fellow young people, sometimes who are working through those same problems. Our studio is just north of New York City. We also have a bureau at Michigan State University. It's our first outside bureau, and as time goes on, we'll open other bureaus around the U.S. so that OutCasting can reflect a wider diversity of LGBTQ youth perspectives and experiences. With more bureaus, we can also increase our production schedule and eventually make OutCasting a weekly program. That'll make it more attractive to a larger number of public radio stations. OutCasting has gotten some great coverage in the national press. The Huffington Post says, "OutCasting injects an LGBT narrative into the conversation surrounding mainstream radio that historically lacks this kind of perspective." GLAAD wrote that OutCasting provides some of the most honest and accurate representations of LGBT and allied youth in the media. And from The Advocate, in-depth, well-researched, and punchy in the right ways, NPR-level production values. What makes all this remarkable is that most of the people working on the show are barely old enough to drive. So we're making waves, but we're actually a very small organization, operating on a tiny budget. We want to increase that. So please vote for us on the Project for Awesome website. Also, visit outcastingmedia.org to make your tax-deductible donation, watch Outcasting videos, access our social media links, and listen to Outcasting and Outcasting Overtime. Thanks, and thanks for watching.